Alright, so in this video, I'm gonna break down how any European can get access to Amex credit cards, Chase credit cards, basically any premium business credit card in the United States. And I'm gonna show it even though you're not living in the US, even though you're not already having a US LLC. So in this video, I'm just gonna break down everything you need to know: the cost, the return on investment, how much you can actually expect in benefits from US credit cards, such as the Amex Business Gold, Chase Sapphire Reserve, etc., etc. In this video, I'm basically just gonna do it one take. So there's gonna be some pauses. There's gonna be hopefully some value that you can take away from this. So let's just get started. So overall, I wanna firstly talk to you about the Amex Business Gold here, which is probably one of the best credit cards for e-com owners and media buyers overall, of just overall people spending money on ads. And the reason for that is that every time you spend $1 single on the American Express Business Gold here, you earn 4 points. These 4 points you can use to two different things, or you can use it for more things, but the most efficient and where you get the most return is if you either use them for flights and hotels that you basically just transfer to Emirates, to Etihad, to Scandinavian Airlines, whatever airlines you prefer. There's always some way that you can transfer these points that you can use to buy flights or hotels. That's probably where you will get the most benefits. But you can also convert your points into cashback if you use another American Express card called Charles Schwab. This is a platinum card, but you can basically convert your points into cashback, and effectively this would mean that you can achieve 4.4% cashback on your advertising spend, which is crazy. I have never seen anything like that before, and I have personally lost a lot of money not using US credit cards such as these or the premium credit cards before. So to give you a quick backstory about myself before we dig into it, I've been an entrepreneur the last 5 years, and I've been mainly creating, building, launching, and scaling online info products, so online mentorships, online programs, online courses, etc., etc. Therefore, I myself spend a lot of money on ads, and therefore I know for a fact that I've lost a lot of money in terms of not being able to earn points, convert them to flights, hotel, or cashback. So this is a video showing you how you can actually not make the same mistake as me, get access to cashback solution, earn points for getting access to free flights and hotels overall. So yeah, that's basically it. So let me just go through. I always do this when I talk to potential clients interested in what can they actually expect from a service like this. So for example, I have a client spending $30,000 a month. If he's using the American Express Business Gold, earning 4 points on every single dollar he spent, he can expect to earn roughly 1.5 million points every single year. So what value does these points have? As mentioned before, you can actually convert 1 point to 1.1 cent. So effectively, if you earn 4 points every single dollar you spend $1, that's 4.4% cashback, which is what you can see right here. But where you get the most return on your points or on your ad spend generally is if you convert these points into free flights and hotels. So what you can expect basically is between 10 to 15% return if you do it best practice. I've seen many examples that you get much more value than 10 to 15%, but this is a good rule of thumb that you can actually get that. So this client spending $30K every single month is leaving roughly more than $40,000 a year on the table in free flights and hotel, or more conservatively, $15,840 lost. So yeah, you can basically use this calculator. The only two input points are this one, the monthly ad spend, or monthly spend basically. I have another client that recently got onboarded that is spending $70,000 every single month. You get the point here. So he is gonna earn more than 3 million points that can be converted into flights and hotels or into direct cashback. What's really interesting about this calculation here is that this is not only something you have to take into consideration for 1 year. This is as soon as you have it set up, it's pretty much set up for a lifetime. So imagine you are not doing this. Imagine you're not taking action after watching this video. Then for this client, if he's spending $70,000 every single month, and year over year, he's growing 25%, which is conservatively for most people in the e-com space, for example. But over time, for these 5 years, he would actually lose $620,000 worth of points redemption for flights and hotels. Or more conservatively, you can just do a calculation of 4.4%. But it's a lot. It's hundreds of thousands of dollars he's leaving on the table, not getting access to premium US credit cards. So this is just to taking into consideration what you're actually leaving on the table, not getting access to cards like this. For too long, I was getting no cash back at all on my ad spend and business spend overall. So yeah, later I'm also gonna go into the cost and the return on investment that you get from this, because of course it's not free to get a setup like this, getting access to these cards, getting access to cashback overall. But that's what I also want to explain to you how it works at first. So let me just get some water here first. So how it works. The last few months I've been talking to, I don't know how many business owners, e-com owners in general. I haven't met anyone yet that doesn't have a business structure like this. So they have a current business. Let's say I'm from Denmark, and my business is incorporated in Denmark. It was a few years ago. I have a business account for this business where I have got issued business credit cards. I use these credit cards for my ads, my software, my services basically, and then that's it. I use them to pay my suppliers. And then once I got clients in my business, whether that's through ads, referrals or whatever, they are gonna pay me somehow. So in my case, I used a lot of Stripe payments, but for e-com owners, it's Shopify payments, Stripe as well. And for other agencies, it might be just invoice payments, of course. And then once you get the payment, it's processed, it goes into your business bank account in Denmark here. So how this works with the new setup is that you actually incorporate a business in the United States. Before you get maybe frustrated or annoyed or whatever, scared away because of this, it doesn't take too much to get a US LLC set up. I'm gonna go into that a little bit later in this video. But once you have that, you get a US business bank account, and then you get issued credit card to this business you have. So instead of using what in this case a Danish credit card, you are gonna use American Express, Chase, or whatever credit card you have for this business to pay for your ads, your software, your services, basically everything. You still get the same service. So if you're running ads and you pay Zuckerberg 100K every single month to run ads, to grow your business, you still get that output. The difference here is that you're also earning points that you can convert into flights, hotels, cashback, or whatever. So that's the trade-off you get here. Other than that, it's actually the same. Whenever you get a client, it's getting processed the same way as over here, through Stripe, through Shopify payments, through invoice payments, whatever, and it goes into, in this case, a Danish bank account. And then once every single month, you are gonna issue an automatic payment from your Danish account here, or whatever bank account and country you have right now. You're gonna automate that, so every single month you have money to pay your bills over here. And then from the US business, the US account, you're gonna issue an invoice the other way around. This is 100% legal. I have talked to state authorized accountants, tax lawyers, etc. in many places, and they all confirm that this is 100% legal if you do it this exact way. I have some more documentation on all of basically how this works overall. But for this, then you get cashback, you earn points that you can use for flights and hotels, and then you still grow your business. And you can basically automate this whole thing, so you don't have to do as much work. One of the key benefits some of our clients actually get from this is that they usually spend a lot of time uploading receipts, payments in any matter for the accountant. you don't need to do that as much in this setup as you would do in this setup. So that's one of the other benefits. I have on my list already to make another YouTube video like at how it works, go into depth with it, how my clients are using this. So yeah, all of this sounds very good. I get it. It's no-brainer if it's just this information you get introduced to. But of course, there's a catch. This is not something that happens overnight. If I was able to promise you to get this tomorrow, most people would already have it. But the catch is it takes time to get this set up. And what we use to do this, to get you set up with American Express, Chase and other premium business credit cards and banks over time, is that we use this 4-step formula. So what we basically do is that we first of all get you set up with a foundational setup, which is a US LLC that I just introduced you to. Then you also need an ITIN number, which is your fiscal number in the United States. And you need a residential address where you can receive the cards and everything else. That's just a prerequisite to get access to US banking. All of these is foundational for getting access to the US credit system, the US financial system, in order to get access to the credit cards and the banking that you want to bank with. All of this doesn't mean that you have to pay any taxes in the United States. Of course, it depends on your situation. But if you are like most of my clients, European, and are not living in the United States, then you don't have to pay any taxes in the US. So yeah, in other videos, I'm gonna go into this depth as well, but it's really simple. I can just talk briefly about it now. The ITIN, you'll hire an ITIN agent to sort this for you. You just have to sign some paper, maybe mail something to the US. My preferred service provider of this, which I'm setting up with my clients, is 100% done for you service that costs $800. And the only thing you'll have to do is sign some papers and he'll handle the rest. The US LLC, we also handle that for clients. We are specialized in e-com owners, media buyers, in generally business owner who is not living in the United States. We're specialized in helping those people get access to US LLCs, make sure they stay compliant year after year, and we charge $1,000 for that at the moment. A residential address, there's 2 ways you can get access to that. There's, if you have any friends or family in the United States, you can use their address. There's no risk involved for them. Or you can buy a service that I personally use myself. It's $2,000 a year for a service like that, and it just gets you everything you need. Whenever you receive mail in the United States, you can get it forwarded to your address wherever you're living at the moment. So once you have the foundational setup, what we do for our clients is that we first of all get them set up with a business bank account for the new LLC, and instantly get them access to 2% cashback. So for a lot of our clients, they are earning 2% cashback instantly, and this 2% cashback is actually funding the whole setup before we can get them access to American Express and Chase over time. Because as I mentioned before, it's not something that happens overnight. It's something that takes time. But how we do that is getting access to starter cards such as the Capital One Platinum card, where you start building your credit score. So I don't want to go too much into depth on how to actually build your credit score, because it's really, really simple. All you have to do is basically just pay your bills on time. So we help our clients doing that. We actually help them doing the most minimal setup and just automating every single thing, so they don't have to spend any time on it. We do it completely done for them. If you are lucky, maybe not lucky is the right word, if you're living in countries such as the Netherlands, Sweden, Germany, Norway, you probably already have access to American Express cards. These cards in your country are not comparable to the benefits you get in the US. But if you already have it, it's actually a huge benefit. What we help our clients with that already have the amex, some amex card in the home country, is that we set them up with amex reps and get them started with what they call a global transfer, which basically just means that you transfer your track record, your financial credibility, and your credibility with amex in your home country to Amex in the United States. And by doing that, you actually get access to the good credit cards much faster. The credit cards we discussed in the beginning here, the good ones, the good bits. So yeah, that's basically it. This takes a lot of time because imagine the US system, they have to kind of get a track record of you that you are financially responsible, and it takes time to build up your credit score. Once you have a credit score high enough, you are able to upgrade to different cards that earns a lot of points, earns cashback, basically everything you want to. Not everything you want to, but you get what I mean. But the key part here is actually step number 3. This isn't built in a day, but it will last for a lifetime. So even though you're not gonna continue with your current business in 5 years, in 10 years, whatever, you do an exit, you start a new business venture, this will last a lifetime because it's actually set up to you personally. So if you start a new business, you will be able to get new credit cards for that business, just using your credibility as the owner of the business. So that's one of the very good parts here. It's set up for a lifetime. Yeah. So what you basically do when you have a good enough credit score is, or what we do with our clients is that we sit down and we make a strategy. What are you spending your money on in your business right now? So we maximize that they earn as many points as possible and as much cashback as possible. And then we are also sitting now and saying, okay, what do you want to spend the cashback or the points on? Because some cards might be better for some people, whereas some other cards might, yeah, you get the point. It's basically, we're just tailoring the cards stack to the individual client, and you can do that yourself. There's a lot of information online on what cards to choose. It's mainly Americans doing that. What's very special about this whole thing is that not a lot of people are actually going through how you as an European can get access to American Express and Chase in the US. But that's what this video is about, and you are pretty much into it right now. So the 5th step is actually to redeem your points to either flights, hotels, or cashback. We help our clients with that too. Oh, connection restored. We help our clients with that too. But again, there's a lot of information on these exact topics online from US people. So yeah, that's basically the process. Now I'm offline again. Now it's restored. I'm currently just moved to Marbella, so it might be the Wi-Fi in the Airbnb we're staying in. But yeah, let's move on. I promised you that I would go into what it says here, the cost of the setup and also the return on investment. So what we actually use to determine the cost of this setup is very, very simple. What it costs for you is basically the foundational setup that I went through here. It costs money to get set up with this. So these questions, I'm basically just asking my clients if they already have an ITIN, if they already have friends or family in the US, and if they already have an LLC set up. Based on these questions, you can actually, if it works here, do I really have to do this? All right, so we're back. It didn't end up being the one take I wanted it to be, but yeah, sometimes you can't prepare for that. So what we basically just do here is that we answer these different questions. So for most people, they don't already have an ITIN. They maybe have, I'm just gonna leave this on for now. And for most people, they don't have a US LLC already. So I'm just gonna show you the worst case scenario in terms of the cost of the setup. So if you decide to do all of this yourself and do the full setup, go through the 5 steps I just showed you, you would probably be paying around $4,000 the first year and then $3,000 ongoing the next year, because you are paying, if you're using the services I recommend here, $800 for the ITIN setup. The LLC setup is $1,000 and then ongoing $1,000 a year, as you can see here. And then you have the US address, which is $2,000 a year. We have this included in the first year of service for the Done For You service where we help our clients basically go through the whole process here, using our network, using our knowledge about how to do this best practice. So this is what you can actually expend. One of the biggest expense categories right here is the address. So if you already have an address, you can actually decrease the cost of the setups significantly. And then you can of course also see the return on investment here. The first year we are being a bit more conservative, just setting clients to have 2% cashback at first. So in this case, where the client is spending $70,000 a month, they would have this return on investment in the full first year. And then for year 2 going forward, we are very confident that you will have the full setup with American Express, basically. So you can earn 4.4% cashback, or let's say you're redeeming on average your points to 10% return in terms of flights and hotels. Then you'll have 28x on that. So that's basically it. That's the cost breakdown of this whole thing. And this is actually what and how we help our clients to get American Express credit cards, even though they are not living in the United States, even though they may not have a US business already. So we help them do this. We first of all help them get set up with 2% cashback. So the cashback itself just pays for the setup, over time getting access to American Express and Chase. So yeah, if you have any questions regarding this, or if you want my team and I to actually help you get set up with this, I actually have in the description a button you can click, or a link where you can apply to work with me. And yeah, you basically just schedule a call. We'll have a chat, no fussy sales call or whatever. We're just gonna have a sit down, chat about your situation, chat about your business, probably calculate your potential and see how much can you actually benefit from this. And if there's a match, yeah, we can start working together. So yeah, that's basically it. Feel free to click the link in the description and apply to work with me. And if you have any questions, feel free to shoot them in the comments. If you have anything you want me to break down in a YouTube video, feel free to comment it down below, send me a DM or whatever. Happy to help you answer any questions you have regarding this. Also trying to make more videos on this whole setup, what you can actually expect from doing this, what are the things you have to be aware of. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, ciao.